Hi, it's Aneta here from Aneta iYoga Studio and Wellness. Today is Friday, 16th of February, day 47 of 2018. How are you today? I am back in the studio. I have been teaching yesterday and today, back to my kind of usual routine, which feels quite good. And that also meant, because I am at the studio, I had a little bit of time of doing a little bit more of physical practice, which feels amazing for my body. Being ill has really kind of tightened my body in a sense that I really couldn't do quite a lot of poses that I like doing, because I had to respond to the needs of my body. And that makes me think about how often we demand that our body is able to do something because we've been able to do it before. And interestingly, as it always happens, it's been on my mind, and then I was working with a student this morning, and she's in her 70s and obviously been under a lot of stress, and there are some physical conditions going on, and her body tightened up quite strongly. And we were looking at the kind of stuff, the practice that she could do for herself. And there is one thing that we all forget about, that we need to start with simply releasing that stress and releasing the kind of expectation that we have. Because I know for myself that when I was ill and I couldn't do a lot of practice that I normally do, there is that element of frustration that I was experiencing, because my mind was saying, well, you're able to do it. Why aren't you able to do that? You're normally able to do it. So if you push yourself, and that's the deep conditioning we have, if you push yourself, you'll be able to do that. And that frustration that I experience within myself, I see that happening in my students as well, of the mind saying you should be able to do it, and the body saying, well, I can't, and us trying to push through, trying to beat the body into submission, and it never ever works. And so our focus is normally on achieving something, forgetting that actually we have to start where we are at. We have to have those foundations. And so for me, it's taken quite a long time to accept that my body is not the same day in, day out. That some days I feel really strong within my body. I can do very dynamic practice. I can do headstands. I can do all sorts of different stuff, warrior poses and modifications and variations, and feel really strong within my body. But on other days, I feel my energy is low, and I need to respond to it appropriately. And if I don't, I will pay the consequences. And, I can injure myself, or I can, expend the last bit of energy that I have and feel even worse. I can continue having pain rather than ease within my body. So really being able to respond appropriately will create so much more balance and harmony within us. And when I focus on creating more harmony and ease, I feel much better within my body. I feel much better within my being. And I feel the sense of accomplishment, the sense of my practice being right for me. And so tomorrow I will be doing a Facebook Live at 9:30 in the morning, and I will be talking exactly about that, about body wisdom and why it matters, why it's so important to listen to it, and what happens when we listen to it and what happens when we don't listen to it. And that comes from my own experience, and also through a lot of work that I do, particularly on a one-to-one basis with the students, with the clients as they come in, and what I observed in myself and in my students. And so if you'd like to join me, pop in tomorrow to my Facebook page at 9:30, or you can listen to the recording at your own leisure. And I hope you're having a really wonderful day, a really good Friday, and I shall speak to you tomorrow. Namaste.